Tonight on SUTV News, we breathe in and out as we learn about the mindfulness meditation program on campus.
And Shippensburg students and faculty are working together to fight hunger.
All that and more right now. Thanks for joining us on SUTV News. I'm Jake Gillespie.
And I'm Jillian Menken. Shippensburg students and faculty are working together to fight hunger on campus. Shane Adams has the story.
The Cora L. Grove Spiritual Center is continuing its food pantry program. The program began years ago as a way to aid students during a period of slow funding.
Even though that was a particular time where there were more students who were food insecure, that we have students who may be food insecure all the time.
The pantry is stocked with only non-perishable items, which are checked regularly by student volunteers. The Spiritual Center knows that hunger is a very sensitive issue, so discretion is key.
We wanted a place that was sort of out of the way so they wouldn't feel uncomfortable, without a lot of pressure that they could come and get food.
Students are asked to fill out forms notifying the center what they take and what food they would like to see donated. The food pantry is open Monday to Thursday from 3 to 8. Students interested in obtaining or donating food outside these hours can contact Reverend Jan Bai or Reverend Roxanne Dennis directly. Shane Adams, SUTV News.
The Cora L. Grove Spiritual Center isn't the only place working to fight hunger in Shippensburg. It's just one out of 12 organizations involved in the Shippensburg Area Free Food and Meals Outreach. The Women's Center will host their 10th annual Luna Fest to celebrate Women's History Month. Liz Vanette has the story.
By women, for women, and about women, we're talking about the Luna Fest Film Festival coming to Shippensburg University next month. The event will kickstart Women's History Month, featuring short films made to inspire and empower women. Some of the films that you can expect to see there include Buttercup by Megan Brotherton, Jess Zilla by Emily Sheskin, and Toys by Amanda Quaid. I sat down with the assistant of the Women's Center to talk about the importance of this event.
I don't think that in the media women directors and women filmmakers are celebrated and known and portrayed, and I think that this gives students and women an opportunity to understand that women are important in the film industry, and our creative inspirations are important and our contributions are important.
The film festival will take place March 1st at 3:30 and 7:30 in the Cub MPR.
The event is free to all who attend. Other featured events will include Women's World Fest and the Women's History Month speaker.
The SU Counseling Center is helping students stay healthy even as the work starts piling up. The Mindfulness Meditation Program welcomes students to come to the Spiritual Center for an hour of meditation and even tea tasting.
We wanted to offer some tools and then also the opportunity for the students to learn this really, portable, free, effective strategy to better deal with, stress.
The center runs a mindfulness series every Thursday at 11 in Franklin Science Center. For more information, visit sutvnews.com. Members of SHIP's administration, faculty, and student body took over the Capitol today. They joined representatives in Harrisburg from other PASSHE schools to take part in the state system's Advocacy Day. The rally's mission? To show state lawmakers why they should fund PASSHE schools. Speakers from across the state system spoke in the Capitol's rotunda, including our university president, Dr. Lori Carter. Dr. Carter graduated from another PASSHE school in Clarion University. The state system is the largest provider of higher education in Pennsylvania. Over 100,000 students enroll in PASSHE's 14 universities.
Civil War history comes alive in Harrisburg every day. Meredith Bucher has more.
Look above the city of Harrisburg, the National Civil War Museum has a unique vantage point. It is the only museum in the United States that portrays the entire story of the American Civil War from beginning to end. The museum collections hold more than 4,000 three-dimensional artifacts, including some belonging to famous Americans. Most of the artifacts, however, belonged to the average soldier from both sides of the conflict. Living history portrayals take place regularly and give visitors a window seat into historical events.
In truth, many people had gotten somewhat rested.
February is Black History Month, and the museum commemorated the event with a documentary screening of the African American Oral History Project. A one-of-a-kind Civil War photography exhibit is on display, featuring images that reflect the humanity of the soldiers, images that remain undimmed from 150-year-old tintypes. The National Civil War Museum in Harrisburg is open 7 days a week.
Stepping back in time is just a short drive away. For more information on the museum, visit sutvnews.com. Preparations are being made to say a final farewell to Billy Graham. The popular preacher known as America's Pastor died at his home in North Carolina.
From Hollywood's Walk of Fame to Wheaton College in Illinois and across the globe, mourners are remembering Reverend Billy Graham.
No one realized how humble, how gracious, how kind Mr. Graham is.
Billy Graham was just an evangelist of all time.
Throughout 6 decades, the evangelical Christian preached to nearly 215 million people.
Christ belongs to all people. He belongs to the whole world.
And prayed with every U.S. president from Truman to Obama and received the high praise of President Trump.
Some people ask me, what is my number one prayer? I said, Lord, help me.
He had a famous friendship with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and took a stand against segregation.
We don't have segregated meetings, and he took a stand for his belief that every man is equal before Christ.
As the world prepares to say a final goodbye to Graham, those who knew him say his legacy will live on.
Even if you don't have faith and you weren't raised like me, I believe he still brought goodwill and caused people to live to a higher standard. And so, you know, he affected the world for good.
In Charlotte, North Carolina, I'm Karen Kafa.
Billy Graham was 99 years old.
The daughter of boxing Hall of Famer Muhammad Ali is coming to Shippensburg tonight. Joe Rodriguez has more.
Stand-up comedian Mariam Ali is hosting a lecture on social rights and civil activism at 8 p.m. in the Grove Theater. She will discuss her 15 years of experience with delinquency prevention and family development. There will also be a book signing after the lecture at 9 p.m. The event is part of the Hope Diversity Scholarship Program. Tickets are free for students and $20 for the general public. Joe Rodriguez, SUTV News.
Ali's talk will be in Grove Theater tonight at 8 p.m. Speaking of boxing, not only has the boxing club been on SHIP's campus for over 40 years, it's also one of the founding fathers of the National Collegiate Boxing Association. Last week, SHIP hosted a boxing invitational that brought in competitors from all over the East Coast. Tonight, we highlight one of the big winners.
The other day, the university held a boxing invitational, bringing people from schools in Pennsylvania to the Henderson Gymnasium. This year's main event, for the second time, was Shippensburg's one and only Tyleek Guilford. Tyleek, also known as Top Gun, is a senior majoring in social work here at Shippensburg University. He has been boxing for 5 years and competing for 4. Throughout these years, he has found boxing is a great outlet to controlled anger.
Give you a little bit background. I had a bit of an anger problem when I was young, but he always told me controlled anger. And that kind of sticks with me throughout life because I get angry at tests, exams, and everything, but I have to remain calm, you know, even in those situations, just so I could be able to execute well and it resorts back in the ring.
His hard work paid off, winning him his last collegiate fight. He says it was bittersweet and he'll always be a Raider at heart. After graduating, he plans to move to San Diego to train and pick up some amateur fights. He'll further his boxing career in efforts to make it to the 2020 Olympics. With SUTV News, this is Danny Banda.
On February 24th, the boxing club will go to New York for the West Point Spring Invitational. Beignets, king cakes, and beads, not just for fun, but for a cause as well. Meredith Bucher has more.
SHIP faculty and students hosted a Mardi Gras-themed fundraiser at the Grove Spiritual Center to jumpstart Project Gros Manglais. Gros Manglais is a tiny remote village in Haiti. Modern language students and faculty visit and raise money to fund service projects there. They've sponsored construction projects since 2012. This Mardi Gras fundraiser supports the construction of a medical dispensary. Organizers hope to complete the medical building by next year, but more funds are needed.
If you're interested in helping with the project, you can find more information on sutvnews.com.
Shippensburg University has been named the newest member of the Pittsburgh Promise Preferred College Partner Program. The scholarship program for Pittsburgh public school students provides grants for room, board, or books to those eligible students. The students may earn a $2,000 housing award, which is renewable for up to 4 years if living on campus. Pittsburgh contains the largest Promise program in the United States, and since 2008 has provided over $111 million in scholarships. Shippensburg is the newest of 22 partners, and for more information on the Pittsburgh Promise, visit sutvnews.com. Uber announced a new service called Express Pool, and here's how it works. Uber customers requesting Express Pool rides are paired with other nearby riders heading to the destinations close to each other. They then have to walk to a location no further than 2 blocks away to meet their car, which is shared with other riders. The driver drops them off near, but not exactly at their final destination. Uber says fares for Express Pool could be up to 75% lower than its UberX service, but the price to ride is still in the works.
And I don't know about you, Jillian, but it sounds a little bit more like an bus to me. But anyway, when we come back, Donald Trump Jr. visits India.
And the opposition to Venezuelan government tries to change the upcoming election.
Stay with us.
A man dies after throwing an explosive device at the U.S. Embassy in Montenegro.
Let's send it over to Brandon with this week's World News.
Opposition to Venezuela's government says it will boycott an upcoming election with current President Nicolas Maduro unless the government is able to drop a ban on running candidates in order to ease the fear that the election is rigged. Opposition leader Angela Oropeza says, quote, "The government must create fair conditions for the election, which has drawn international condemnation." Some demands the opposition want addressed include dropping a ban on major opposition candidates while moving the election to a more convenient date in the year. Currently, that date is set for April 22nd. Donald Trump Jr. is visiting India this week to help sell luxury apartments under the Trump name. Ads in major Indian newspapers read, quote, "Trump has arrived. Have you?" Indians who choose to buy such lavish apartments by today will get a conversation and dinner with Trump Jr. on Friday. President Trump, of course, staying out of business matters while in office in order to avoid potential ethnic conflicts, while leaving Trump Jr. to promote their business brand. An unknown attacker is dead after he tried to throw grenades over the walls of the U.S. Embassy in Montenegro early this morning. The attack took place in Podgorica, the capital of the country, and it was reported that one of the grenades made it over the walls and into the courtyard of the embassy. The second grenade went off early and ended up killing the attacker, leaving his body 100 feet from the embassy walls, where he was found by police. Australia is known to have sandstorms every so often, but this one on Tuesday left a thick coating of bright orange dust on, well, everything. The storm occurred in the small town of Charleville in Queensland, no northeastern state of Australia. The locals are used to them by now, but due to the amount of sand left over, they called this one unusual. The sand hasn't been the only problem in the area, as heavy rains and winds damaged buildings and trees, all of which making cleanup that much harder. That's it for this week's World News. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Brandon. Now let's send it over to Katie with this week's Know Your Ship.
We're 5 weeks into the semester. Projects and exams are all around us. I took a look into the Learning Center on campus to see what kind of services they offer.
The Learning Center is the main source of academic support on campus. It is located on the main floor of the library. They offer general course assistance along with major course assistance too.
We also have writing support here for students so they can meet one-on-one with a writing tutor who can help them at any stage of the writing process.
Students can go through the MyShip portal, go to the reception desk, or call to set up an appointment.
What we really want students to do is to feel comfortable coming in and asking for help. I know that's hard for some students, but we're really here because we're invested in students' success. We're here basically for everybody and whatever their needs might be, which may be many different things.
Katie Babinski, SUTV News.
The Learning Center also provides a service for students on academic probation to help them get back into good academic standing. If you're involved in a club or activity and would like to be on SUTV, or if you have any questions about college life for Know Your Ship, leave a comment on our Facebook page or use the hashtag #KnowYourShip. That's it for this week. Let's head back to the desk.
And when we come back, if you haven't heard already, Fergie sang the national anthem in a very interesting way. We'll discuss her rendition at the NBA All-Star Game.
And Megan, will you please tell me that these warm temperatures are going to stick around?
Hey Jake and Jillian, is it spring? Is it winter? Is it winter? Be sure to stay tuned for SUTV weather coming up next.
Well, Jake, it looks like for the rest of this week, all we're going to be seeing is rain.
That's right, Jillian. We had a couple of nice days last week, but I guess it was just too good to be true. Megan has the forecast. Megan?
After the past 2 days, it looks like my heavy winter coat will be going into hibernation. Let's take a look at this week's weather. Tonight, the rain returns with a temperature of 37. And tomorrow, more rain comes our way with a high of 47. And for the 5-day, the spring-like weather stays with a high of 53 and a low of 49 on Saturday. Expect rainy days Sunday and Monday with highs in the low 60s. Tuesday, the sun will return with a high of 52 and a low of 32. And Wednesday brings partly cloudy skies and a high of 56. Well, that's all for this week's weather. Now let's take it to entertainment with Liz.
The 2018 Oscars will be here soon, and there have been some big questions about the night. 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri was a favorite of the 2018 Golden Globes and SAG Awards, but Lady Bird and The Shape of Water could give 3 billboards a run for its money. The 2018 Oscars will also be one for the history books. Mary J. Blige became the first Hollywood star nominated for an acting performance and original song for her work in Mudbound. Jordan Peele is also the first African American nominated for Best Picture, Original Screenplay, and Best Director. Be sure to catch the awards show on ABC March 4th. Fergie addressed the backlash she received following her performance of the national anthem at the NBA All-Star Game. The singer said she wanted to try something different for the event, but she realized it didn't go over well with the public. She stated, "I'm a risk taker artistically, but clearly this rendition didn't strike the intended tone. I love this country and honestly tried my best." Adam Levine and wife Bahati Prinsloo have welcomed their second child. The singer and model have another baby girl whom they named Geo Grace Levine. The couple announced they were expecting again in September, and Levine revealed it was going to be another girl. Adam also stated, "I want a lot of kids. I thrive in chaos," and his wife seems to agree. Drake is still paying, but in a good way. The singer has spent the last few weeks donating money to people and schools in Miami. But now, in his music video for God's Plan, we see him give away $1 million. He is shown going into a grocery store and announcing to customers that anything they want is free. After the video dropped, he said it's the most important thing he's done in his career. Toni Braxton took her relationship to the next level. The singer is engaged to her boyfriend Birdman. Rumor has been going around about the engagement when Braxton was spotted wearing what looked to be an engagement ring. She confirmed the news with a teaser for the upcoming season of her TV show, Braxton Family Values. She teased to her family, "I have an announcement to make. I'm engaged." That's all for entertainment. I'm Liz Vanette.
When we come back in sports, yet another ship track record is broken.
And women's basketball season is coming down to the wire. Stay with us.
Women's basketball plays Bloomsburg this Saturday, and with the PSAC playoff spot on the line, it's all or nothing.
And we certainly, want to have that playoff spot. It's what you strive for, and then once you get into the playoffs, it's 0-0 with everybody. There have been, 6 seeds that have knocked off number 1 seed, so you feel like you have extra life regardless of, what you feel you accomplished or didn't accomplish through the regular season.
Tip-off starts at 1 on Saturday with the men's game starting right after. Men's basketball is PSAC playoff bound, but with the recent slump in the last few games, they're looking at the last game of the season to put them in the right spot for playoffs.
We've got to get back to playing our style, so I think the game on Saturday will be a good stepping stone for us, and then hopefully we can get things rolling into the playoffs on Monday.
Broadcasts of both the men's and women's game will be available on Comcast Channel 21 and Campus Channel 82. Friday night, redshirt senior Danielle Scrimamano broke the school record in the 55-meter hurdles. Scrimamano ran 8.05 seconds in the prelims of the 55-meter hurdles. She surpassed SU Hall of Famer Tunisa Lacey's school record of 8.1 seconds set in 2004. Scrimamano also posted a top 10 national mark in the long jump. She cleared 19 feet 6 3/4 inches for a new indoor personal best. This new indoor best moves her into 7th on the NCAA Division II performance list. That's all for sports. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, Jordan. And now, Jillian, here's a little bit of a riddle for you. What do avocados and rings have in common?
Jake, I haven't the slightest idea.
Don't worry, I'll let you know when we come back. Well, if you're looking for a new and creative way to pop the big question, look no further than avocados. Check it out.
Avocados are a super popular superfood. And why not? They're super versatile. Guacamole, avocado toast, guacamole, and now engagement ring boxes. Yep, there's a growing trend of people on social media surprising their loved ones with rings inside avocados. Wow, millennials are going full millennial on this one. There's even a hashtag avocado proposal. Hey, it's certainly a unique idea that'll make your friends green with envy, but if you wait too long, it'll just make them green. Ew. And now, engagement.
And Jillian, I have a bit of a question for you. The person of your dreams comes to you, gets down on one knee, and pulls out an avocado. What's going through your mind there?
I would say, man of my dreams, we're making some spicy guacamole tonight.
Well, that's not what I was expecting, but I suppose it's as good of an answer as any. And that'll do it for SUTV News. I'm Jake Gillespie.
And I'm Jillian Menken. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at SUTV News, and check out our website at sutvnews.com.
We'll see you back here next week.